I put my phone in a box. This is another one of those 15 tips to stop my phone addiction. In this video, you'll understand why this method is the best at removing your procrastination, and I'll give you a full guide on how to maximize your productivity using this method. You need to first understand why the box method is the best in order to understand how my full guide utilizes it. In my previous video, I deleted Instagram for 2 months straight, and I shared my story to the cons of social media. You can check it out in the link in the description. But to summarize, I was addicted, and deleting social media isolated me from a lot of people. I needed a better method that could hook me off my phone but still keep me connected online with the people I know. So I began to do some research, and I find this James Clear guy, the get 1% better every day guy. Yeah, that guy explained that manipulating your environment matters way more than your inconsistent motivation. You don't have to be the victim of your environment, be the architect of it. Okay, to summarize a good chunk of his book, here are the strategies for designing a better environment. Automate good decisions, get in a flow, and subtract the negative influences. And don't worry, you'll soon see why each of these points is important. Just let me explain and it'll all connect. When automating good decisions, you design the environment to where it influences you subconsciously to make good decisions. For example, you could download an app that blocks that sweet juicy corn off of your phone, you bad boy or girl. The corn blocker is something you put into your environment that automatically stops you from making that bad habit and creating good ones by simply not watching them. When getting in the flow, anything you want to get done should be right out in the open, enticing your eyes to do that thing continuously. For example, Thomas is trying to lose weight because his doctor told him that he's morbidly obese. While his stomach grumbles, he checks the fridge and do you see something wrong with it? The salad is all the way in the back while his fat-inducing foods are all the way in the front. Now he doesn't want to get that salad because it's just too far back. It's too much effort to rearrange the food while he is starving desperately to fill his stomach back again. The fix is to already have the salad in front, making it less effort to grab the healthier option. And don't just do this for one day. Do it every time you buy groceries. This effect in turn encourages Thomas to eat healthy and cut off his morbidly obese weight. Making positive influences stand out encourages continuous good habits. It requires less thought and effort to do, which subconsciously makes our brain more likely to do that thing. But here's the thing, you must subtract the negative influences. Add barriers in your environment that blocks your visibility and remove the ease of accessibility. That phone in your pocket, it's just lying there, waiting to get used. One buzz and it's all over. Sure, you could just, turn on do not disturb mode, but it's just right there. So easy to access. After 20 minutes of straight deep work, just pull out your phone for a quick 2-hour break. And that's where the box method comes in. Locking your phone away in a box is very simple. Here's how to do it. Here's your phone, here's your box. Put it inside, put the box in an inconvenient spot, boom! It's that easy. You made the ease of access to your phone now real inconvenient, as now you actually gotta move your body off your chair just to pick up some stupid phone. It's significantly more effort compared to just reaching down into your pockets. The box method plays to our human nature, not against it. When looking at these 3 points, the box method is easily categorized by these 2 points while also promoting this point, making your work stand out even more by shoving your addiction into the corner of the room. Now it's glaringly obvious what the benefits of the box method have, as supported by Clear's argument. It removes the convenient access to your phone, makes your work stand out even more by removing your main distraction, and actively removes your distraction without you having to think about it. Now, a significant drawback that many of you probably are thinking, how can I carry a box around me when I'm outside? Now, that's a good question, and I would like to point out that the parameters of this video focus on productivity, not on hanging out with your friends. So, you shouldn't be bringing a box around just to hide your phone, because besides, where can you hide it? In the damn sewer? Other methods are more effective in those scenarios, but in the lens of deep work and productivity, the box method is still most effective from the points mentioned above. Speaking of other methods, I want to bring up other methods that other YouTubers have mentioned to cure your addiction. Max Rowe, in his most popular video, "This video will save you 9+ years of your life in 6 minutes," has a very persuasive argument on how his steps will save, again, 9+ years of your life. So, let's dissect it. Here are the 7 steps that he mentioned. Now, these 4 points, it's just common sense. I've already done them, or I'm still doing them today. These 3 points are very interesting. Let my actions speak for myself. Now, I'm not saying to not incorporate these methods onto your phone, but I'm just saying that he's not addressing the underlying issue. Your phone's too easy to access, especially during times of productivity when your body just wants some rest. According to Matthew B., a postdoctoral researcher at UBC, laziness is an instinct that was reinforced over generations to conserve energy and survive. It's a natural instinct that's difficult to overcome as it's an instinct developed over many generations. Your body would rather hop on your phone instead of doing the important task at hand because it requires significantly more resources from your brain. So if you're trying to find someone to blame for your laziness, look to the sky and blame your dead ancestors. Phones, by habit over time, have been associated with rest and ease. Making that rest easy to access increases the chances of interrupted deep work, and that's what we're trying to fix. Interestingly enough though, Nate O'Brien, I think I said that right. Nato, one of those names, in his video How I Cured My Phone Addiction, actually disagrees with the box method. He argues that it removes the convenience of useful apps and text messages, but I can argue against that, specifically for when you're in your workplace. Let my action speak for itself. Now, for messages and calls, you could be the one who redirects your message to WhatsApp, Discord, or some other messaging system, or take the consequence of having to deal with delayed messages. Nate actually mentions that he does blocked messaging, which is basically checking your phone every few hours and then responding to all the messages at the same time during that period. I will actually be mentioning this in my strategies, so stay tuned for that. For immediate emergencies or very important cases, the box method may actually be a detriment when delaying these phone calls or messages, but these occasions are typically very rare case scenarios. If this is a genuine concern to you, I'll soon explain how to overcome this issue, or you could seek to look for maybe an alternative method. Thomas Frank actually suggests a really good idea that could be a possible alternative to the box method if ever there's a situation where you need to immediately respond to your phone. That's simply logging out. Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, even Clash Royale. Log out of all of those apps to make 3 seconds of access into 30 seconds. He actually backs it up with the same book as me, Atomic Habits. So both of our methods are based off the same principles given by Mr. Clear. It even worked so well that the man himself logged out of YouTube for 2 years straight. Okay, why am I even showing a method that could be argued as a better method? It's because I actually incorporated logging out with the box method, which will later be shown in the video. Now, some of the flaws with this method are that password saving exists, so it's still relatively quick to log into any app. Your phone is still right next to you while you're working, and you know why that's a problem. And there's that possibility of forgetting to log off, which removes the entire point. Anything that I missed throughout this entire section, please do the viewers a favor by commenting down below. But now, it's time to get into my strategies. I'll give you a full guide to everything I do and more, and deliver what you all clicked here for. If you're an aspiring YouTuber wanting to create videos like mine, I do suggest you stick around to the end to hear what I have to say for you guys. When you incorporate my strategies with the box method, you will be able to remove the majority of the flaws that were previously mentioned and maximize your work productivity. Before you incorporate the box method, here is a list of methods I personally use, and here are some additional things that I do suggest using. They can help lessen your overall screen time outside of your work zone, but the box method does remove the need for the majority of these methods. Now, when incorporating the box method, let me show you how to do it again. Here's your phone, here's your box. Put it inside, put the box in an inconvenient spot, boom! Now, the box method isn't just limited to putting your phone in a box. It could be a bag, in your drawer, or maybe in this weird looking contraption. Point is, you need to put your phone in something inconvenient to access that is outside of your work zone. Speaking of which, a work zone. Let me actually discuss what this is. As Mr. Clear mentioned, your home should be set up into different sections. The ideal situation would be there should be an area for rest, an area for creativity, an area for food, and an area for work. This work zone is designed for any work that's needed to get done in there. It should be private and excluded from all distractions so that you can concentrate on the task in front of you. For example, when I get back home, my room is where I do all the extra homework I get from school and YouTube. The problem is, when you're a broke teen in a family house, the room where I work and rest are in the same fucking space. Luckily for me, without my phone, I find it even more boring just to lie in bed doing absolutely nothing. If that's a problem for you, move your work zone somewhere else. But in order to make your work zone free from distractions, especially for me, the phone's gotta get out of there. For example, since my damn bed is right next to the computer, if I just hop onto my phone for a couple of seconds, I'll begin to innately lie in the bed. And boom, 2 minutes of scrolling just became 2 hours like that. It's actually crazy how addicting social social media is, and that's why I urge you to use the box method. It will prevent all these issues from happening, and that is how I am creating these videos while taking AP classes. For me, it's the best method for concentrating on productivity, and it can be for you as well. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, I can't just do this for the entire day. What if someone needs to contact me? Don't worry, I was just about to get to that. Now, the deep work rule that I most commonly use is the 90-20 rule. 90 minutes of deep work, 20 minutes of rest. This, I found, has been the Goldilocks zone for work productivity without burning myself out. But of course, change it to your needs. Before you start the 90 minutes, I need to establish some rules. If you've eaten a full meal, hung out with friends, come back from the gym, or some other energy depleting activity, do not start right away. I found right after those moments, I just want to snooze. And snooze, you should. Take a nap for around 20 to 30 minutes prior to starting so that your body is refreshed. Another rule is that you need to put your phone in the box right before you start. So wrap up anything beforehand. When you're ready, set an alarm for 90 minutes and make sure to not check it either. This is the moment when you are entranced by the deep work, using every last brain cell to do only your work. Once the timer is up or the work is done, you can begin your 20-minute break. If you're going to repeat the cycle, set an alarm for 20 minutes so you get that sense of urgency to use it wisely. This is when you can finally open the box and use your phone to respond to those text messages. You're basically on a 90-minute delay for your phone usage, and any text message will be seen after that time frame. So it's kind of like an email. The box method incorporated with the 90-20 rule allows you to still stay connected while being able to focus on your work. It's important not to break the rules before starting a deep work session because you don't want to snooze during your deep work. Some of the things I do during my breaks are napping, imagining myself in an edit, and touching some damn grass. Rest properly or be active. Don't be like a Discord mod and go outside, man. Now, once the alarm rings, it's time to repeat the cycle. But here's a problem. There are some of you with degraded attention spans, like goldfish type attention spans. But if you made it this far into the video, looks like you're better than around 25% of the people who watch my videos. I really need to get that number up. So I present to you the 45-15 and 60-20 rule. And of course, you can manipulate these methods to your needs. But the general idea is that Wojak's brain should handle lighter loads of deep work so that he can work his way up to longer and enduring sessions. I personally do this right after vacations or breaks, starting with the 60-20 rule and then immediately moving to the 90-20 rule the next day. And maybe these shorter periods may actually address your issue with the urgent messages, so make what fits best for your own personal desire. I hope you enjoy the 11-page script and the countless hours of editing I put into this video, using the exact method I just told you. I have told you everything I have to say, and now it's time to reveal some of my secrets on YouTube. To those of you who have stuck around to the end, if you're an aspiring YouTuber, I'm going to be revealing the secrets of what I use in these videos to improve the quality of my videos. Some of these small channels have even used them as well, and look where they are now. I've gotten comments about where I get my music from or how I create my thumbnails, and the thing is, this can be all done for free. Everything from the things you see on your screen to every little sound used will be shown in this video.